up in my own lane. 100 miles an hour down the wrong way.
Welcome to another episode of Sick of Being Lonely. Are you sick of being lonely? If you are, you can visit sickofbeinglonely.com because we can help. Today's topic is, can you date while or if you are homeless? If you are in an unfortunate situation, you could be a divorcee, and you could be gainfully employed. However, technically, you could be homeless. Now, that could mean living in a car, living in a van, living at friends' houses, living in a motel or a hotel. Would you still date? And if you did date under those circumstances, do you think you can do it effectively or efficiently? And we're all human. We have human needs. However, sometimes when in situations, the best thing to do is to realign, recenter, and refocus oneself. So if you're in a situation like that, where you are homeless, quote unquote, do you think it's fair to go out there and date? Let's say you do go on a date and you're having a great time, and the person suggests going back to your place. What then? Would you suggest going to a hotel? So if you're looking where more funds would have to be, or resources would have to be spent, maybe they don't want to go to a hotel. Maybe they actually want to go to your place. A lot of times when you're dating someone, it's kind of important to know what general area they live in or reside in, and if possibly where they actually live. Let's say they don't ask that. Let's say you go back to their place and all is well. You guys enjoy each other's company and want to go on a few more dates. Now, the finances that you should be saving to get a place, you are spending going out on dates, getting ready for dates, looking and dressing your best in an effort to impress. How focused are you? How prioritized are you on actually acquiring your own place? A lot of times we look for distractions to keep us from focusing on what we should be focused on. And I get it. It's human nature. However, if you don't have yourself together, can you really help the other person? Would you tell the other person that you don't have any shelter? That would most likely change their overall view of you, their impression of you. People do not aspire to be homeless. If you have or ever been homeless or are currently homeless, it would take serious realignment mentally and spiritually to get yourself out of that situation and to remain out of that situation. So I will pose the question to you again. If you're homeless, quote unquote, should you be dating? Should you? In order to date, you have to have some form of financial resources or something. What if that person's car doesn't work or they forgot their purse or wallet? What ifs? You have to at least have yourself covered. What if the date goes poorly? You should have enough fare or resources to leave that situation. And if you don't, you may be embarrassed. You may be left vulnerable, or you may put yourself in a vulnerable situation, which could have easily have been avoided had you had the resources in place before dating. Now, you may know someone who is recently divorced, separated, or just going through a hard time and are experiencing the effects of homelessness. If you do, what advice would you give them as it pertains to dating? You think it's a good idea or a bad idea? I guess we'd have to examine it on a case by case basis. But overall, my suggestion would be to try to get yourself together before you start dating. Because what you don't want to do is put yourself in a situation where that person finds out that you're homeless and now doesn't want anything to do with you, which can affect your mood, your mental health, your energy. Look at it this way. If your cell phone battery is on 2%, you shouldn't be watching YouTube videos or streaming or opening apps. Because if you don't have your charger and your battery's at 2%, that means you're at low battery. Your battery may just die. And unless you can get the use of another charger, someone else's charger, you wouldn't be able to turn your cell phone on. Which would put you at another disadvantage. It puts you in another situation where you have to ask someone for assistance. Don't be that person if you can help it. All right, guys, this concludes another episode of Sick of Being Lonely. Are you sick of being lonely? If you are, we can help. Just visit sickofbeinglonely.com. Standard rates may apply.